soapy water in a bucket. We're putting up shade on our big garden. We've put shade on our big garden before. Done before is we've just like laid it, just like draped it over the cattle panel. And this year we're doing like trellises. Boop. With cattle panel, we're gonna do that to just the section that we have enough shade cloth for right now, just to see how our system will hold up to the wind before we like add more and like just different things like that. We set this shade structure up, and with the cattle panel and the shade cloth, I've been just trying to figure out different ways to like anchor it down really well for when we have windstorms or just like everyday wind or whatever. Just we need to keep it as secure as possible so it's not rubbing on the plants that are like leaning on this trellis. So what we have done, I'll show you guys. Okay, here's the shade structure. It's so nice under there. I used the shade cloth that we already had, so that's why there's just two long pieces and like it's not the whole thing covered in shade cloth. We added this paracord to help anchor it. We added one to each side of the panel. This was something we just added. I've been trying to think of anchors for it, and so we used these anchors are seriously like way deep down. I think they were like 3 feet long in the ground, and then hooked a ratchet strap to it and flung the ratchet strap over that cattle panel, and then I have the same anchor on the other side over there. We have 5 cattle panels total that make up this shade structure. So we have it over this first cattle panel and the last cattle panel. We have the ratchet straps, and I've actually ordered anchors like that for the other 3 cattle panels, and I have ratchet straps for that too. And I know that that's probably overkill, but you can't mess around when it comes to, making sure, because if this structure was to get damaged in a windstorm, like all my crops are on this structure, so I have to protect it any way I can. We're also considering possibly welding some rebar across this cattle panel to try and hold the structure in place, like hold the shape also. So yeah, we'll probably kind of keep adding support to this. We'll just kind of see how things go, but I do already feel better just having these 2 ratchet straps with connected to those anchors. I'm happy that that is done for sure. So we'll see how it does in our wind, and then yeah, like I said, we'll be adding even more support to it as we move forward. Yay for shade! I'm so excited right before it really hits the 90s regularly. So at different points in the day, different things get shade, obviously, which every bit of shade helps. So I'm happy with how this turned out for sure.